Your SwiftUI charts look basic right now. This tutorial will make them look premium. This is the tutorial, the application we'll be creating today. As you can see, it is a pie chart that is similar to a donut chart. And this is all done using Swift charts. So the information is retrieved from SwiftData and is populated within the charts. So if I click on Update button, you'll see it updates the charts and it includes some animation and it also includes some insights. Like Telsa dominates with 24% of the total sales. And if I click the Update button again, or again, then you can see that it changes. Really, this should be coming from a web service. But anyway, it's dominated by BMW at the moment by 27% of the sales, of the total sales. So this is the application we'll be creating. The first thing we need to do is create a new Swift file. The purpose of this file will be to enable the application to store and retrieve the data from SwiftData. Name the file car sale and then import the following charts as we're using Swift charts. Import SwiftData. Then type the following at model class car sale. So this is the model that will be representing the sales for each of the car types. Var brand string, such as BMW, var sales int, which is the number of sales for the brand, and then we need our initializer, and then the next file we need to create is our car sale pie chart view. So this will be a SwiftUI file. Car sales pie chart view. And this view will include a few properties such as data for the car sale. So data contains an array of car sales. We also need to import Swift charts. Import chart framework. Color scheme. Color scheme. The purpose of using color scheme is to interact with like the current mode, light or dark. Let chart colors key value pairs string any shape style. and that will map the brand to the color style, private var total sales, int data.map sales dot reduce zero plus bracket and then a close bracket. And the purpose of that line, it computes the full total of all of the sales that relates to the brand. Is that correct? Total? Oh, that should be the same variable. It's called total sales. Sales should be capital S. You can delete the preview as we're not using it at the moment. We need to create a Z stack chart. It should be chart. So that's our beginning of the chart definition. So the next thing we need to do is to loop through the data. So we're getting this data from SwiftData, persistent mode ID. So it's going through each of the car sales using the ID, item in, sector mark. The purpose of sector mark is to start the pie slices for each of the items. Angle dot value what should it be? Angle colon dot value. And then within the value we pass in sales and also the item dot sales. And that will slice the angle proportional to the sales value, so that the actual proportion will be a representation of the pie slice, like as in a triangle, or a D shape, because I was thinking about a pie chart, but we're doing the donut chart. So it'd be this type of slice. Next thing we need is the inner radius, and it has a ratio of 0.55, and that makes it a donut by cutting the center, as in by taking out the hole, or by including a hole in the center. Next thing we need to do is an angular insert, which will be 1.0. And that just includes a small gap between the slices for readability. Don't know if you can see it here, there's a little small gap here between each slice. So the next thing we need to do is to apply our corner radius. And the purpose of that is to soften the sliced edges and then add a foreground style. Dot value brand. Item brand. So what else do we need to do now? We need to add some annotations, and we also need to create the functionality that does the actual percentage, as you can see here. Don't know if you can see it, but I will enlarge the screen afterwards. So to do that functionality, I'll just copy and paste some code that I created previously. It cannot find value in scope, so what should that be? Foreground style by missing a full stop. Okay, so I just pause the video and copy and paste the code. So now I've pasted the new or the updated codes. I'll explain it afterwards. But we missed out something, and that is the percent on line 20. So we need to type in the following: percent equals total sales more than 0, double item sales divided by double total sales. Times by 100, else is 0. And that line creates the percentages for the labels that I showed earlier, which is these labels here that include the percentages. So is that the right format? Let percentage equals total sales, double item.sales. We compile it. See. Yeah, it's correct. So the new code I pasted about 1 minute ago was this. So we have an overlay for an annotation. And the purpose of that is to place labels on top of the slices. And then we use if percent is more or equal to 7. And that will only annotate 7 or more slices. And then we display the actual brand in the text element of the slice. As you can see here, the brand, like for example Ford. And then we also display the percentage, which is here. And this is where we do it in actual code. And what else do? We add a subtle glow to the slice on line 39. So in next week's tutorial, we will continue with the car sales pie chart view and implement the rest of the features.